سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ تعزنوا ربك ليبعثن عليهم إلى يوم القيامة من يسومهم سوء العذاب إن ربك لسريع العقاب وإنه لغفور رحيم. وقطعناهم في الأرض أمما منهم الصالحون ومنهم دون ذلك وبلوناهم بالحسنات والسيئات لعلهم يرجعون. وبلوناهم بالحسنات والسيئات لعلهم يرجعون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب أنا التوراة. في الكتاب لا تفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولا تعلن علوا كبيرا. فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا فإذا جاء وعد أولاهما بعثنا عليكم عبادا لنا أولي بأس شديد. Nineveh, Assyrians. بأسنا عليكم عبادا لنا بأس شديد فجاسوا خلال الديار وكان وعدا مفعولا. ثم رددنا لكم الكرة عليهم وامددناكم بأموال وبنين وجعلناكم أكثر نفيرا. إن أحسنتم لأنفسكم وإن أسأتم فلها. فإذا جاء وعد الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوهكم وليدخلوا المسجد كما دخلوا أول مرة وليتبروا ما علوا تتبيرا. عسى ربكم أن يرحمكم وإن عدتم عدنا وجعلنا جهنم للكافرين حصيرا. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now I have recited two ayat from Quran. One is from Surah Al-A'raf. Surah Al-A'raf also talks about Musa alayhi salam and his confrontation with Pharaoh and his dealings with Bani Israel. And in that passage, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that up to the day of judgment, there will be people who I will raise to do this monstrous things against these people, the Bani Israel, because they are disobedient and they do, things, tyrannical things. They are, every time they have power and authority, they go beyond their levels and they commit genocides. Every time they commit genocides. This is in Quran, in Bible, in Torah, in books of Nabiyyin, in Isaiah, in Hezekiel, in all the books. This is related again and again. And it's not very far when they were dealt by Europeans in Germany. I don't want to mention the name, but they have forgotten that every time Muslims who are followers of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and who protect them every time from crusaders, they protect them from Romans, the Muslims protect them, but they are ungrateful. Up to the day of judgment, they will be dealt strongly, and every time they have some power and authority, because of help from America and British Empire and French or Europeans, they go beyond, and nobody condemns their activities, genocidal activities. But this is in passage in Surah Araf, and this is ayat number 167 and 168. But this goes on and on in discussions, and why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to deal with them in this way. This is, one has to study Quran in order to understand. One has to study Bible, Torah, and Nabiyyin, books of Nabiyyin, in order to understand the stupidity of these people, the ahmaq, of these people who don't understand Torah, who don't believe in Torah, who don't believe in Nabiyyin, who don't believe in what Isaiah says, what Amos says, what all these prophets say. They don't believe. That's what these are secular, and they are godless people. They have no tarahum, they have no mercy on anybody. They only believe in themselves, in their own lives. So this is the passage, and I will explain later on, inshallah. Amin. But this Surah Bani Israel, number 17, is entirely about Bani Israel. Bani Israel, why are they called Bani Israel? First of all, you should know. Bani Israel, because Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, his name is Yaqub, Jacob. He hold back from his elder brother Esau. And when he was coming back from Haran towards Canaan, to Palestine, he sent his family ahead of him, and he was left behind alone. And then there was some Malik, Farishta, or angel of God, or God himself, as they think, that it was God himself. And he wrestled with him. So they both wrestled, and then that's why they are called his Bani. He's Israel, because he wrestled or fought against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Israel, Il means Allah. Israel means one who wrestles, one who fights, one who confronts. So he is one who confronts and disobeys, disobedient, just like Iblis, Lucifer. They are Iblis and Lucifer, just like Iblis and Lucifer. They are disobedient, and they don't believe in Torah, and they don't follow it, and this is what the punishment. So the whole Bani Israel Surah is about them. But particularly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that twice, marratain means twice, or means a couple of times, many times maybe. So many times they have disobeyed, and they have gone beyond their limits, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has punished them again and again. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at the end of this 2 ayat, He says, in udtum udna. If you return to this hostility, genocidal activity that you have been carrying on in Palestine now, I will return to punish you, inshallah al-aminin. And this is going to happen soon to these people, because they don't learn. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in both of these passages, says there are good people among them. Who, there are many Orthodox Israelis who say these are secular people, they are irreligious, non-religious, godless people. They have no mercy, and we don't want any kingdom of Israel to be on earth, because it is not allowed for us to behave. But this is not because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed them to behave like this. but it is the Americans, it is the Britishers, it is the French, Europeans who have hatred for Islam. That's why they are allowing these people and not commending, not saying anything against the genocidal activity that they are carrying on all these years, 75 years, and they say, oh, okay, every America, this Israel, this Netanyahu, this Sharon, this Ben Gurion has the right to go on and kill people and no problem, and Palestinians are all the problem. So this is the activity these people have been doing all throughout. But these two passages, maybe I will explain further. But here in the first temple was destroyed in the 6th century BC by this Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar. But before that, the northern kingdom was destroyed by Assyrians. This is for the first time. And the second time, the destruction of temple was carried on by Romans in 70 AD. So, there's reference to both of these. But you say marratain, many times, couple of times, or any number of times. So every time they are given authority, every time they misbehave and they abuse their power and authority and they commit genocidal activities. So this is the passage in Surah Bani Israel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first mentions the Isra, and then mentions Isra of Muhammad Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and then he talks about Nuh alayhi salam, in whose boat these people were, saved, and the boat went into Diyar Bakr, Jabal al-Judi, mountain of Ararat, and stayed there. And the descendants of Nuh alayhi salam were 3, as mentioned in Torah, book of Genesis. They were Sam and Ham and Japheth. So these are Semitic people, but they are not the only Semitic people. This is delusional perception that we are the monopolizing Semitic and all other people are non-Semitic and they are anti-Semitic. The Europeans are also Semitic people because they are sons of Arya. Arya is son of Sam. So these people, tell lies and they want to make the whole world fools, as if nobody can read Torah. Everybody can read Torah now. You go and find out that Arya, Hitler himself was Arya. Arya means Arya is son of Sam alayhi salam. So the problem, these are not anti-Semitic. They are anti-Zionist people, who are behaving, Zionists are behaving like this. They don't believe in God. So anyway, so this is the first time he says that we wrote in the book, a book means Torah. وَقَدَيْنَا إِلَىٰ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ فِي الْكِتَابِ, in their book, in Torah, and book of Exodus or book of whatever, all the books, book of Leviticus, book of Numbers, book of Deuteronomy, or book of Exodus. لَتُفْسِدَنَّ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَّتَيْنِ وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ عُلُوًّا كَبِيرًا. Every time you would go and become great, want to disobey and do Baghavat. إِذَا فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ أُولَاهُمَا بَعَثْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ عِبَادًا لَنَا أُولِي بَأْسٍ شَدِيدٍ. This was Nebuchadnezzar who destroyed the temple. فَجَاسُوا خِلَالَ الدِّيَارِ. They entered your houses, and you are entering other people's houses, destroying other people's houses. وَكَانَ وَعْدًا مَفْعُولًا. This was promised, as promised in the book, in Torah and in Nabiyyin. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَا لَكُمْ الْكَرَّةَ عَلَيْهِمْ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you, but He loves all humanity because He has created them. It's not only you whom He loves, it's everybody who loves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, that's why He created them. But He did not hate them, so He created them. فَجَاسُوا خِلَالَ الدِّيَارِ وَكَانَ وَعْدًا مَفْعُولًا ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَا لَكُمُ الْكَرَّةَ عَلَيْهِمْ وَأَمْدَدْنَاكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَجَعَلْنَا أَنفُسَكُمْ أَكْثَرَ النَّفِيرَ إِنْ أَحْسَنْتُمْ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. If you behave properly, nicely, it will be good for you. Every time you have been peaceful with Muslims, all these centuries, Crusaders came and they killed Muslims as well as you. Romans killed you and they threw you out of Jerusalem, out of Palestine, never to come there. They did not allow you. But Muslims, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu ta'ala, allowed you to come. Then Salahuddin Ayyub allowed you to come. And they allowed the Jews and Christians and Muslims, all of them. But you are so ungrateful. How can you behave like this? سُمِرْنَا لَكُمُ الْكَرَّةَ عَلَيْهِمْ وَأَمْدَدْنَاكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ أَكْثَرَ نَفِيرًا إِنْ أَحْسَنْتُمْ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ وَإِنْ أَسَأْتُمْ فَلَهَا. If you misbehave, it will be your punishment, your part of punishment, your turn of punishment. فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ الْآخِرَةِ لِيَسُوءَ وُجُوهَكُمْ وَيَدْخُلُوا الْمَسْجِدَ كَمَا دَخَلُوهُ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. The Romans took away all the things and وَلْيَتَبِّرُوا مَا عَلَوْا تَتْبِيرًا. And whatever they could, they took away. Asa Rabbukum. Allah again wants to be merciful to you. There are many people who are good among you. You are misbehaving, most of you. Be stupid, no brains. You don't want to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't believe in Allah. You believe you are yourself Allah. You are yourself creator of yourselves. Asa Rabbukum an yarhamakum wa in udtum udna. If you return to your arrogance and killing people, then I will return and punish you. وَجَعَلْنَا جَهَنَّمَ لِلْكَافِرِينَ حَسِيرًا. You don't believe in Jahannam and Jannat, as in Petersburg or whatever declaration in 1885 you declared that we don't believe that there is punishment, there is reward, there is Jannat, there is Jahannam. You don't believe, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will put you believe it or not, I will put you in Jahannam Hasira. In Hadal Quran, this Quran has been sent down, Yahdi lillati hiya aqwam. وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا. Now Palestinians, they are mu'mineen, they are believers. You are non-believers. You are irreligious. You are anti-religious. You are secular. You are godless people, Zionists. But among you, they are believers. So this differentiation, this difference should be kept in mind. And for the sake of those who are believers, it will be turned away, the punishment of God will be turned away from you if you behave properly. But if you misbehave, punishment of God is coming. And now the turn of the tide, the whole world has turned. All these Europeans, all these Christians, Zionist Christians, they were pro-Zionists. But now America, Europe, they are raising their voices. Even the whole world, Australia, New Zealand, they are raising their voice against your stupidities, against your genocidal activities. And inshallah, they are going to take you into International Court of Justice, and you are going to be, whether you turn them there or not, but you will be judged as criminals and genocidal people who commit genocide on earth, systematic genocide of Palestinians. You kill every 3, 4, 5 years, every time you come and raise all the structures to level, and then they build their own, and you kill thousands of people, but nobody can say anything against you. This America is stupid America, this Biden, this Trump, this Obama, everybody from 70 years, they have been supporting you. Not condemning you. Nobody condemns. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You think you are gods on earth? Allah ta'alu walayya. Inna Fir'aun ala fil ard. You are like Fir'aun now. You have raised yourself very high, and you are going to go down. Inshallah al-Ameen. Dammar kull zalim ya Rabb. Dammar kull zalim. Ya Rabb, dammar kull zalim. The whole world is now grazing. They cannot do anything because you are powerful, but your power, your power, just like American power in Afghanistan, American power in Iraq. Where is American power? You have to go shamelessly, without shame. You have to turn back. Otherwise, you kill other people and get punishment here in this earth and on the day of judgment in Jahannam Hasira. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وارزقنا واحفظنا وهدنا الى صراط المستقيم صراط الذين انعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين امين. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم. حسبي الله لا اله الا هو عليه توكلت ورب العرش العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Ya Rabb, give them head, give them akal, give them to behave like human beings. Don't let them behave like animals. Animals have mercy, but these animals, they consider other people animals. And goyim, they are all goyim, created to serve Israel. La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Where did you learn this? And you must stop being white supremacists. Just like white supremacists, you think you are supreme. God created only you, and other people are created to serve you. La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.